Hey guys, welcome back to Coach's Corner. I've got a lot to go over as far as some things that are coming up in the gym, all things that are super exciting and that you guys should look forward. I'm going to throw out a bunch of dates as well. So if you want to take some notes, that would be good to get ready to do that now. First, we've got the PT seminar this Saturday at 11. It's going to go over some common injuries seen in CrossFit and how to prehab and rehab those. One thing that a close friend of mine who's a chiropractor told me a long time ago that really resonated with me is no injury happens in one instant. So it's not like you have a perfectly functioning body, you go to pull a really, really heavy deadlift, and then all of a sudden your back's all out of whack and you're injured and this and that and the other. Things compound over time. Maybe your knee is feeling a little bit sore while you're doing squats. It's probably not that you were trying to lift a really, really heavy weight and then all of a sudden you were hurt. Maybe you've been squatting with your toes a little too wide or your feet a little bit too narrow. And every single rep with that little imperfection builds up time, and then all of a sudden you're in a spot that you didn't expect to be. So I think that clinic and seminar is going to be really, really cool to kind of open our eyes in terms of how we treat our body before and after something comes up, instead of just only being reactive and addressing something after it happens. So again, that's going to be this Saturday at 11. Should take about 90 minutes. I'll update you guys throughout the week as all of that goes on. But yeah, should be a really, really awesome time. Also, when we first started doing Coach's Corner, I told you that we were going to do one seminar every weekend for a month. And I totally lied. We're going to do one seminar every week for a month and 1 week. So we're throwing in a bonus one for you guys. Howard is going to do a nutrition seminar. Howard's been working with a handful of members on their nutrition, kind of like on a personal level for quite a while, and is getting a lot of questions for other members. So we thought it'd be a great time to just get everybody together and talk about what's what. Nutrition can be a really big black hole when it comes to trying things to kind of figure out and see what works for you. Howard's going to go over things like paleo, intermittent fasting, counting your macros, carb backloading, the zone diet, everything you've ever heard of, he's going to cover. I know that when you're first starting to get into nutrition, it seems like every single expert or person on YouTube or Instagram or whatever has their own kind of magic keys to success. So Howard's going to break all of that down for us on the 6th. So make sure you guys get ready for that. Let's see. Next, let's talk Rowing for a Reason. Rowing for a Reason is a big event that we throw every year at the gym, every year being last year and this year. It was actually kind of spurred on by Lauren Atkinson. Last year, it came together really, really fast. I think in like 26 days or something like that. The end result was about 50 or so people coming from all over Nashville and Tennessee, all rowing a half marathon distance. We raised some money for Gigi's Playhouse, a local nonprofit that works for kids with Down syndrome. And we're doing it again this year, and we're really going to blow it out of the water. Like I mentioned, last year we really threw it together really quick. It's going to be April 2nd this year. We're going to have individual and or teams of 3. We're going for a full marathon. Right now, as it sits, it's going to be hosted at On the End, so it should be really easy for you guys to come get to. And I think I speak for everybody, even if who was there last year, even if you don't want to row, come hang out. Hopefully it'll be a really nice day. We're going to raffle off a ton of awesome, cool CrossFit gear, all of that kind of stuff. It's going to be a blast. We have a goal of raising $15K. Last year, on such short notice, we raised, I think, a little over 8. I think 15 should be a piece of cake. If you or somebody you know might be interested in doing like a corporate sponsorship or something like that, let me know. We'll get all of that kind of stuff set up. But again, that's going to be April 2nd. It's going to be a blast. Even if you hate rowing and don't want to row a single meter, that's totally fine. Come on out anyway. It'll be super fun. April 2nd. Next, let's talk about the Open. So if you've never competed in the Open, let me give you a quick breakdown as to what it is. So every year in the summer they have the CrossFit Games. It's on ESPN. super cool. A bunch of like superhuman people lifting weights and running around. Awesome. So to get to the CrossFit Games, option number one, you have to compete in the open. Everybody competes in the open who does CrossFit, essentially. I think last year they had something like 200,000 people compete. It's one workout a week for 5 weeks. So CrossFit HQ is going to release the workout, I think on a Thursday night. They do like a cool live broadcast. We all watch it at the gym and hang out. All that kind of stuff, super fun. You have until, I want to say that Wednesday to do the workout, something like that. We're going to program the workouts in with our regular week anyway, so even if you don't want to sign up, you're going to do the workouts, so you might as well sign up. Even if you don't care about going to the CrossFit Games, it's a really cool community thing. Everybody does the open together. You can find out where you rank throughout the world, where even if you're not a competitive person, it's fun to see, last year I was in this percentile, and this year I moved up here. So with that comes some things that we're going to do to prepare for the open. We're going to do two main things. Number one, we are going to repeat past open workouts in our weekly programming and or include some of those those movements that every single person who does CrossFit absolutely loves. So I'll say that with a smile on my face. Some things like thrusters, chest-to-bar pull-ups, burpees over the bar, muscle-ups, handstand push-ups, some things that double unders would be one of those, some things that are a little bit difficult or a little bit not as fun as maybe some other movements might be, but we know that we're going to see them, so we're going to practice them. So for tomorrow, for instance, on Monday, we are going to redo 14.4. It's a chipper style workout. It's got rowing for calories, toes to bar, wall balls, cleans, and muscle ups. Depending on who you are or where your skills lie, we're going to base our assistance workout, our assistance work on practicing some of those movements. So be on the lookout for that. We want to make sure that everybody's ready for the open in terms of knowing what they're getting into, and make sure that you guys are prepared physically as well. So if you see an open workout in Wodify, or you see an asterisk next to a certain movement and it says you will see this in the open, try your best to maybe avoid scaling or overscaling. Really kind of grit your teeth and fight through it because you know you got it coming up, right? Awesome. Let's talk about programming for the rest of the week. So just like I mentioned, we're going to add some of that open stuff in there. Make sure that you guys are prepared for that. But we're also going to do 1 rep maxes. So we're at the end of our strength cycle, which means everybody gets to accomplish some new PRs, which is going to be super fun. But it's going to change up our assistance work a little bit. So one of the reasons why we do assistance work is to make our performance better. In this case, our performance is going to be our numbers for these 1 rep maxes. So our assistance work is all going to be practice this week. So what I mean by practice is that I don't want you guys to work crazy hard on the assistance work and have that take away your strength or stamina or ability or whatever for your 1 rep max. 1 rep max is a priority. So tomorrow, for example, on Monday, I already told you we're doing 14.4. We're also going to find a 1 rep max clean. And then our assistance work is going to be pulling practice with a bias towards toes to bar and muscle ups. So since we know those movements are going to be in the workout, we're going to make sure that we get some technique work on those so that we get some practice before we start. What I don't want to see is you guys do a clean and then spend 8 minutes swinging back and forth on the rings trying to get a single muscle up, and then you're wiped out and out of breath next time you walk back to the bar for a clean. Remember, there's a huge difference between practice and performance. Just like if you were training for a sport, you're the day before the game, everything's easy. You kind of jog through, go over the strategy, all of that kind of stuff. It's earlier in the process where you really kind of cut your teeth and grind your bones a little bit. So let's make sure that we're not going too berserk on the assistance work this week, and we're treating it as practice. All right, so just a little also for the open, almost forgot. We're going to have an individual competition on the 13th. I know we had a team competition a couple months ago. It was a little bit lax as far as judging and standards and all of that kind of stuff. I think it was a great time, super fun, all of that kind of stuff. But we're going to have an individual competition that's also going to gear you guys up towards the open. Very similar to the programming that I mentioned. We're going to throw in plenty of movements that we know you guys are going to see. That's going to be on the 13th of next month. It's going to be on a Saturday. There are every movement is going to be, or every workout is going to be judged by one of your peers. It's going to run similar in that there's going to be RX and scaled. It's going to take place on a Saturday. There's going to be 4 workouts probably, so you could probably look for like 1 strength, 1 maybe skill-based workout, 1 maybe conditioning type workout, and then 1 just kind of like tear your heart out, work really hard, Fran lung, collapse on the floor, that type of thing. Again, that's going to be on the 13th. We'll probably start at 11 o'clock. So we'll have regular class at 9, open gym at 10, then get started at 11. But make sure that's on your calendars too. So we've got PT seminar this Saturday, Howard nutrition seminar on the 6th, the weekend after that, Rowing for a Reason, April 2nd, individual competition on the 13th, and then we're working on 1 rep maxes and kind of shifting gears for assistance work this week. Hope you guys all stayed warm in the snow. Looking forward to a full week with you guys starting on Monday. See ya!